Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the free to play. So I just want to say, if you are watching this episode and you skipped episode 81, please go back and watch it because man, what a shard pull. Now, here's the one thing, and this is the thing that sucks about pulling shards, and it's the most frustrating thing. So I did have a lot of people in the comments talking about oh, I'm sorry you didn't get any legendaries. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's any pull where I don't get a legendary, that's the pull that I want to have. I mean, we killed it on epics to probably the best epic in the game in my opinion. I mean, it's I will 100% say the best non void epic for sure. Um and then a really solid epic poisoner, and I mean, I guess I can just say it. We're going to see them probably. So I got uh Geomancer, Venomage, and then I also got Frozen Banshee. So, three solid champions. Now, I did want to address some stuff. I'm about to pull some more shards because we're on a Void 2x, right? But I wanted to address some things for you guys real quick. Number one is I'm going to do the Bounty Deck of Fate at the end of all these shard pulls. So tomorrow's video, I'm going to pull my Sacreds and we'll do the Bounty Deck of Fate. Um, for the what was the other thing I wanted to mention? Um oh, so I'm breaking some of my own rules. Kind of. So I want to be clear about this because I don't want to be misleading to those of you that are using my content as a way to get started in the game. You hear me often say one champion at a time. Now I still believe that. And that is actually, believe it or not, it may not look like it because I've got two 5-star epics right here. It may not look like I'm doing one champion at a time, but I still am. Geomancer is still my primary focus. However, because I've saved up so many resources, chickens specifically, I'm able to level them both up. But Geomancer is still going to be the first one to get 6-starred because I'm short one food right now. So if I was to upgrade a 5-star, not going to be Husk, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the chickens. So I would need one more 5-star to get both of them leveled up right now. So I'm going to be leveling up some food for Venomage, who will come later. But Geomancer is going to be the first one because Geomancer is the best non-void epic in the game, in my opinion. I'm sure you guys will hit me in the comments and tell me I'm wrong, but I love Geomancer. He is an absolute game changer and has been on my account, on my main account as well. So super happy to pull him. I also wanted to point out that there were some champions that I didn't really talk about that we pulled that were interesting. Um, so Sanguinia, she's a cleanser. We don't have a cleanser, therefore she has some added value to us. So her A3, which is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked, attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of transferring all debuffs from this champion to the target, and also removes all debuffs from all allies except this champion. That doesn't, I guess, because she already removed her own. I don't know, but um, so she has a cleanse, a full cleanse, which is good now because we don't have a cleanser at all right now. But I did want to look at, because it's on a 4-turn when booked, I wanted to look at what Reliquary Tender's cleanse is. 5 to 4, 4. So 3-turn cleanse. So I would prefer Reliquary Tender. Um, but if I don't get a Reliquary Tender, then Sanguinia is the only cleanser that I really have on the account at the moment. So I thought that she was interesting. I don't know why it's on such a longer cooldown by comparison. Maybe because she transfers the buffs too. Like her only her buffs get transferred. Um Seneschal looked interesting, but I wasn't like super impressed. I just didn't think that this was a kit that I really needed on my account at all. So I don't know that Seneschal gets used for anything. Um, I remember Bergoth and being extremely unimpressed with this dude. He's the same skin as Coffin Smasher. Provoke. He's kind of like Vogoth with his when he gets attacked, he heals the allies. Provoke. And he can put continuous heal on himself. It's interesting. I don't know that I would be crazy excited. I'm not crazy excited about him. I'll put it that way. They're definitely better. And then Luria has some interesting mechanics. I'm gonna assume like PvP probably, but um, not necessarily champions that I'm like super familiar with or super excited about. And I'm definitely gonna not be I'm not gonna be able to focus on them anytime soon, even if I could. There's the magic point that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for reset. Um, because I wanted to get the quest credit while also pulling these void shards. We just gotta wait for this lag to go through. That always happens around reset when you start something right after reset. I'm gonna check the Soul Merchant real quick. Definitely looking for a Geomancer Soul in there if we can get one. I I'm gonna be honest about something. I don't know that I want to have to. Okay, nothing says I have to, but I'm OCD. If I'm not clicking these red buttons, it drives me wild. So I don't know that I'm gonna be okay with 10 more weeks of coming in here to click these buttons when I don't get anything for them. I really hope that Raid can like make this go away after you've completed the champion pass because it doesn't need to exist any longer. Plain and simple. Maybe if you because yeah they need it to last because they want you to buy the elite pass. Okay, now that I think about it, but that's frustrating to me nonetheless. I also want to point out there is a gear removal cost going on for the next 3 days and 8 hours. That's a really good time to swap out your gear on your champions right now. So if you have gear that you're looking to swap out, now is definitely the time to do it because you don't have to pay those costs. Well, you pay what is it, half cost or is it free? Oh, it's free. So yeah, you don't have to pay any of those costs. So I recommend taking advantage of that. Um, what else? I think that's pretty much everything going on. I already pointed out the fact that I've been leveling these champions up. So you saw Geomancer got started first, then Venomage, and Frozen Banshee is gonna hold at 40 for a while. I'm gonna level up some food to. I'm not gonna waste chickens on Frozen Banshee. I'm gonna do food into Frozen Banshee. So I gotta level them up. Inst which I'll be doing alongside of leveling up Geomancer and Venomage. But Geomancer, as soon as he hits 50, he will become a 6-star, and then I will continue to level him up. Venomage will stop at 50 and hold until I get another 4-star for them, which or another 5-star food, which means that Frozen Banshee will probably be at 40 for a little bit longer uh, because I would have to wait to because I got Venomage is going to come first, and so basically it looks like I'm leveling two champions at the same time, but that's because I have almost 10 chickens ready to go for or 10 food ready to go for them. So I'm doing one at a time, but I've saved up resources that I'm able to do one and then immediately do the second one. So I wanted to make sure I was getting maximum value out of my energy and leveling, putting the experience into the champions that I want to level, not just food at the same time. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm contradicting myself on paper, but in actuality, it's still one at a time. I just have the resources to do it. So I wanted to be clear about that because I don't want to mislead you guys. If you are struggling in this game, if you have a whole bunch of 50s, I'm telling you the secret: one champion at a time. Without further ado, let's get into the shard pull. I don't even know how much room I have. I might have some room made. Yeah, I do because of the things that I did. I'm gonna pull these one at a time because I only have 10 of them, and I feel like it's a little bit more exciting. Um, Super excited for a chance to get any epic. Well, I mean, void epics will be good. Certain void epics, of course. Obviously, a legendary will be great. But let's see what we get. We're just gonna jump right into it, and here we go with number one. Okay, Skirmisher, not really too excited about that one. Confessor, another one I'm not very excited about. If we're getting a rare, I'd like to see Reliquary Tender or Cold Heart, maybe. Paragon. Okay, now Paragon's an interesting one. Now, not in, like, this isn't a champion that I'm super excited about, but he can open up certain areas of the game for me. With his cheese. Mainly, I'm looking to him to complete Nightmare campaign because his unkillable can cheese against Mortu Macabre, which is really good. So Paragon, I'm not like jumping out of my seat like yesterday, but I am excited to pull him because he does get me access to other content. Oh, there we go. This is a solid one. So we've got a Painkeeper. Painkeeper is one early step towards an unkillable team. So we're very happy to have a Painkeeper on the account here. We had a Renegade earlier who did cooldown resets, but now we have Painkeeper who does the same thing on 6/5 turn cooldown when booked. So Painkeeper is definitely a solid pull for potential unkillable teams in the future. Yes. All right. Reliquary Tender. Um, it's kind of not a given, but after enough time, eventually you're gonna pull yourself a Reliquary Tender, right? So, um, she's a good cleanser. The reason I like her cleanse better is it's on a shorter cooldown than like Sanguinia, who would be the other cleanser that we have. This gets us past a lot of certain content that we're currently locked behind, like on Doom Tower. Now, the current rotation of Doom Tower, we're not locked on anything, but for future rotations, the Nether Spider, Reliquary Tender can be our cleanser against all those poisons. So we're super happy to pull her. The other rare that I would like to see would be a Cold Heart. Not this time. Centurion's not one that I'm super excited about. Yeah, a handful more here to go. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very disappointed we haven't pulled an epic yet. It is a 2 times event. We do have a much greater chance of pulling an epic. Here we go. Cardinal, sorry. Cardinal. Let me the Cardial is a champion in the game, but Cardinal. Cardinal's really gonna open up uh kind of tag team for me a little bit. Good reviver. Now we already have a good reviver, a full team revive. Um, in Ursula, but what Cardinal would bring for me is a full team revive, maxing them to their turn meter. So a strategy that I see often is a go second team that uses Cardinal in Stone Skin, where she doesn't die on the first wave. So the enemy, they do all their stuff, they do all their attacks, they wipe my team. Cardinal then brings everybody back. They're at full turn meter and we go. So that can really help in tag team arena for me. It's a decent strategy there. Um, because we don't really need a full team reviver. I would say Ursula is probably a better full team revive. Um, Now she does have the value of getting them to max HP, but Ursula also gives them increased defense and strengthen, right? But Cardinal is a great champion, and I'm very excited to have her on the team, especially for a Ghost Second arena team concept. Ifrit, not one that I'm excited about. Last one here. Maybe we get a cold heart. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Andrissia. Interesting. All right. What's her kit? Decreasing duration of all enemy buffs. Increases all increased defense buffs on allies by 1 turn. 75% chance of placing a stun for 1 target. Placing decreased crit damage for 2 turns. Okay, at the start of each turn, places a 50% ally protection buff for 2 turns on the ally with lowest max HP. Will not be placed on this champion. 25% strengthen buff and 60% increased defense on this champion for 2 turns. Maybe I'm missing something, but this doesn't sound great on paper. I knew she had some form of ally protection in her kit, but single target ally protection ain't it. There's too many good there's too many good ally protectors for the whole team. So I'm not very impressed with this kit, especially considering we have Ursula. Um, but yeah, maybe they get a buff at some point. I don't know. I really, I am looking at her reviews on Hell Hades right now, and seeing that they, are valuable in wave content and things like that. But I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with wave content. So not, I mean, it's cool that I got 2 epics, right after I complained about not getting any epics. So, I mean, I'm happy to get some epics there for sure. Okay, well, I am happy to pull. It feels quite underwhelming compared to yesterday's shard pulls, but I am very, very happy to get Reliquary Tender. That's really, really going to be valuable for us. Now, she's like way down the line of champions right now. Isn't there something else I can use Andrissia for? Is there a fusion or something? I could be wrong about that. I'm thinking of this chick, yeah. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to confirm that. So, and it could be a champion that I'm sleeping on, right? Like I'm not oblivious to the fact that it could be a champion that I'm just not well informed about, but I don't personally see them being value for the current account and the way that I'm gonna be playing. So um, if for it, yeah. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I gotta click all these red dots, guys. I gotta get them. They got to go. Paragon. I forgot. We got Paragon and a Painkeeper. Painkeeper does make up quite a few unkillable teams. Now, obviously, we didn't get a Demitha or anything there, so we don't have a champion that is bringing unkillable per se. Um, but we did get some more pieces in that direction for unkillable teams, and we have plenty of more Deck of Fates to flip too, which I'm excited about. Let's take a look at this though, because are there? Yeah, there's no shards in here. If there was like ancient doesn't matter at this point, but if there was a void shard, well then maybe I'd pull, right? Because I want to be able to pull voids right now. But we're just looking at gear and other perks, so we'll wait and pull those when we can. So tomorrow on the account, we're gonna pull our sacred shards. We have got 4 of them. I don't at all believe that I'm going to be able to finish Nightmare campaign in time to get another sacred. First of all, it's just not a priority for me, if I'm being honest. And second of all, I'm under a bit of a tight time crunch to do that, and I don't know that I'd have the time to get Paragon up to speed and get him where I want him to be. So, you know, we just gotta move forward with what we've got now. So, um, but Paragon does bring some added opportunities for success on the account moving forward. I mean, I could build him, especially when you bring Sun Wukong into the mix, kind of. But yeah, if I build Paragon fast enough to where he can just keep recasting his unkillable theoretically on himself, and he's really squishy and low level, then everyone's just going to keep targeting Paragon, and then Sun Wukong can put in his work. So there's definitely a possibility that I can make some progress. I may toy around with that a little bit, but honestly, I want to spend my energy leveling up my champions right now. That's where I want my energy to go. Also, Clan Boss saw a nice boost today. We're just shy, which is frustrating. 39.4. Oh, I did get the ultimate chest. It's 39.1. Awesome. So we got enough. We 3-keyed Nightmare. This isn't with any of the changes that we got, but so I'll probably use the remaining key that I'll have in 3 hours. I'll throw that into Brutal. Yeah, that'll be at 10 o'clock, so that's plenty of time. I don't want to use them if you get them too late and you use them at like 1 or 2 in the morning. It actually just impacts your next day's worth of keys. So I'd rather use just 3 keys and not that 4th key, and because otherwise I'd ruin my rotation, and I would end up not having all 4 keys available every day. So, with the way I do it right now, where I wake up first thing in the morning and I use my keys, the resets end up happening by 10 o'clock, which is normal time that people will go to sleep. So there's a strong there's a strong possibility that my 4th key won't get used tonight, because I probably won't be checking raid again tonight until much later in the evening. And if I use the key, then it would be a mistake. Well, last thing I have for you guys, if you've made it this far, I am streaming again tonight. This is Saturday the 25th of November that I'll be streaming. I'm not going to be streaming Raid. I'll be streaming Overwatch. So if you're not interested in that, that's totally fine. I understand. I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be streaming. We had a lot of fun on my Raid stream, and I do plan to do more Raid streaming content in the future. But for what I'm streaming tonight, it's going to be Overwatch. I'll be playing a scrimmage of my current team versus my old team. I'm friends with all of them. It's basically a scrimmage amongst friends. So I'm kind of excited for that. But so if you want to tune in for that, feel free. Other than that, hope y'all are doing good, and I will see you tomorrow for pulling Sacred Shards.